Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another wondrous, another marvellous Propagandacast with the host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of Reich, Defender of the Fatherland, here to live on Chelsea near the glorious Propagandacast, this time on Simwaski. Simwaski, not Tomart, but Simwaski. We shall be watching Dong of the 10th Guards Tank Corps going up against Orvillethecat of the 85th Infantry Division, supported by elements of the nearby 5th Panzer Division. Doctrines are conscript support, terror tactics, guard multi-coordination tactics versus Orvillethecat's spearhead doctrine, joint operations doctrine, and fortified armor. Back to Dong, though, with such a lovely name. Conscripts on the way. Combat is actually heading that way. Interesting. And of course, note this is the last replay for this patch. From tonight on, there will be a new patch out. Of course, all the lovely replays sent in will no longer be valid. So be sure to send in some replays after the patch is out, if possible. And of course, there'll also be a bunch of new commanders out. Theatre War ones, and, well, previous Theatre War ones, which might have actually been slightly modified to have some new parts of the new commanders in. Don't quote me on that, though I slightly think there's a case. I saw something like that in stream, I think. But otherwise, you know, there will be 4 new commanders, 2 German, 2 Soviet, which shall offer some fun stuff. Assault Grenadiers, Light Infantry Hartricks with Panzer Grenadiers, Stug 3Es, Osttruppen as Collins, Trenches, 45mm tanks, KV-1s, all the good stuff. And ability for the motherland, so definitely some interesting stuff there. And again, I mean, you don't actually have to send a replay that must feature one of those 4 commanders. So of course, if you have a good one with those, that would be great. But I mean, if you know some of the old commanders, some of the Theatre War commanders now made available, as long as it's good, I mean, send it in. So there is that. Of course, we'll be putting up videos, sort of, you know, making a small review on the new commanders. Then later on, you know, popping up some videos on how to combine them, you know, make new commander combinations. Anyways, we are seeing some pretty aggressive play with the conscripts in the common year so far. Dong gaining the advantage here against Orvillethecat with the slow-mo advance. Grenadiers here being backed up by an MG42. Another MG42 will be on the way for Orvillethecat. Die Katzen. Orville. Combat here wiring up here. This is a nice thing, but less effective when it's just Grenadiers and an MG42 moving against these combat engineers. Otherwise, I mean, nice idea, but ultimately in this case, no, quite a cigar. 3 conscript squads. All nice. Quick moving modes of Molotov going here for the cutoff point. At the same time, there's an MG42 moving in. And looks like Orvillethecat might already predicted such in advance. Might be in fact where he got the second MG42 there. I mean, not a bad idea considering the map and layout. And of course, the fact that he had moved all towards here, leaving his cutoff point, in fact, very exposed. So, I mean, it's not exactly a bad thought there. Troops advancing otherwise across the map.
Now you can use Molotovs to burn those bastards.
Special Revive Command going up here for Mdong, so that's actually a quick move towards there. Rushing it towards the MG42, going to Molotov it most likely. And there we go, through the window. Although perhaps could have been locked up a bit better, perhaps a bit more towards the front. I mean, again, no lobbing of Molotovs, grenades and all that. I mean, it actually matters where it's send it, depending on where the troops are in the building. So actually have to sort of keep that in mind, otherwise you might actually end up with your Molotov, grenade, or whatever actually doing pretty much no damage. In this case, the MG42 crew decides to make the brilliant decision of running into a small shack. The conscripts pretty much just run up to the door and then proceed to shoot through it. Conscripts are banding here, getting up through the back door. MG42 can't do much. Now we're seeing Mdong focus his conscripts around this point, then attempt to deal with this. A bold maneuver. MG42 actually in trouble. Pioneers on the retreat. Point over here being secured. Mdong getting a nice chunk of the map. MG42 will need to go down, in fact, he can be lost, but no, looks like it does succeed in escaping the clutches of the Soviet army. And Grenadiers pulling back towards the church. MG42 set up nearby building behind to provide supporting fire for the Grenadiers. Nice move there by Orville. Conscripts running into some lighter issues, and thus being forced off with some less than fun casualties. Point being secured over here. And we actually, in fact, seeing penal troops on the way for Mdong. Fun that, to see some penal troops, some Strafniki. Lovely that.
The sector is at risk.
Should be good fun all around. Orville moving out, of course he's all been pressured quite a bit. Mdong been using his conscripts pretty aggressively, pushing hard with Molotovs and other fun bits, so there we go. Well done. Like the mechanized company going out for Orvillethecat. 2 Grenadiers, 2 MG42s then taking up. Nice, you know, composition that can be used aggressively or defensively depending on the measure. Will certainly not be caught quite off guard by, say, the appearance of shock troopers and other things. And of course there was also the Case Blue, sort of Pacific Theatre War pack shown yesterday that also looked pretty impressive. Also featured a KV-2 in a Tiger Ace sort of campaign, so that's also pretty damn fun looking. Certainly looking forward to also getting my hands on that, and certainly will be likely that before I get my hands on the new commanders. I'm very much looking forward to trying out those new commanders. Mechanized assault in particular looking pretty interesting. And there you go, Penal Battalion advancing through the centre, conscripts mounting up through the north. In fact, looks like he's managed to force away an MG42 there. Nice job. In fact, we're seeing Orvillethecat access to no fuel point. Scout car out there. American Lend-Lease equipment. The Americans actually sent the Russians an awful lot of equipment. The most vital ones actually being basically transport equipment, trains in particular, but also, you know, trucks and such. They also sent them a bunch of tanks, you know, while people start to say, you know, they weren't important, I mean, they actually still used them, which rather highlights the fact that they actually did need them. And there we go, popping the communists into the side. It's a half scout car, half track out here. 5th Panzer Division has begun sending in forces to support the 85th Infantry Division. Beetle troops and conscripts force away the troops from here. Scout car continues to fight up here. Managed to keep the Grenadiers at bay with its 50 caliber mounted on the front. And basically the light infantry after will largely work like this, except probably a bit better. And of course we'll have Panzer Grenadiers inside it. It will also in fact be quite a bit expensive. I think something around 150 manpower and 50 fuel. Flammenpanzerwagen here rolling in, burning away at the penal troops. Take that, you Straff, Nicky, take your Straff. Doctrine not yet chosen yet, although he does have a nice sort of variety in choices. Well, the one feels that perhaps there's a bit of focus. And there we go, he actually goes for guards mode, immediately summoning up a guards rifle infantry squad. Light machine guns being equipped. Point down south being secured. Lovely, lovely. And there we go, Panzer Grenadier coming out. Assault Grenadiers, by the way, will be like a slightly larger Panzer Grenadier squad, but they're also equipped with MP40, so they'll be a bit tougher, but do a little less damage. They'll also access to basically is equivalent to the assault ability without the stun from company here. So in essence, you can consider the Assault Grenadiers as a False Grenadier squad with MP40s, a bit tougher, and with access to assault, I suppose. They will not have any Panzerfaust, so they'll be very, very vulnerable to anything like, say, a scout car rushing in with some nasty things inside it. So that's actually something to keep in mind. And also imagine machine guns will be a bit of a problem. And that, from that matter, garrison troops in a building. So I mean, already there are some considerable weaknesses at hand. But a bunch of fun abilities, and certainly I look forward to casting some games with it. The new commanders overall. Flammenpanzerwagen hit with an anti-tank grenade. Scout car could rush in with the anti-tank rifle sorted out. MG40 being flanked over the cat, caught off guard. Orvillethecat, the highest decorated, one of the highest decorated cats in the German army. Conscripts not having much success with their anti-tank grenade right there. Conscripts going to call on the open. Panzer Grenadiers moving in with the Sturmgewehrs. Conscripts will need to get out of there, and they do so. Moving up there, lovely. Scout car on the move, and there we go, a heavy mortar arriving as well. 10th Guards tank call really opening up there with the infantry first. And there we go, Pioneers spotted. Scout half track in trouble. Anti-tank rifles really get off a nice volley there. And there we go, it is down already. A brutal loss for the Vaterland. Orvillethecat sending up his defences right here in the centre. Good idea. MD42's covering as many approaches as possible. Although currently with the scout car there, it could prove to be quite a problem. Also with that match with the penal troops, I mean, there's a bit of a variety there in elite infantry. Moving up here, Panzer Grenadiers going to open up there the conscripts. Flamethrowers are providing support from nearby building. Well done. Good move there by Mdong. Guardsmen leading up here. Might they be able to get off a grenade first? Scout car with nothing in it. And there we go, grenade on the MD42. Almost clearing it out. Could it be he might pop in the penal troops tonight? The scout car then rush up here. Oh dear, guards infantry could go down, could go down, could go down. Panzer Grenadiers, 2 squads out by the way. But no, they manage out there, and we actually see the Panzer Grenadiers stealing away a anti-tank rifle. Combination. Oh, nice hit from the heavy mortar, almost wiping out an entire Panzer Grenadier squad. Conscripts moving north there, going to open up resource, then harassed. Good, good. And there you go, Panzer Grenadiers advancing, but straight into the penal troops on the SVT-40s. Semi-automatic rifles. Bundle grenade, doesn't do any damage. Scout Cap providing support with his 50 caliber, trying to stay at range here. And Panzer Grenadiers jump out a bit of cover there, that's unfortunate. Although they might actually move into another bit of cover. So I suppose that sort of worked out. Trying to get the Scout Cap, bit of a desperate move there by Orvillethecat. And oh, he lost the Panzer Grenadier squad. A bold maneuver, but ultimately the risk didn't pay off. Over to Orvillethecat, being hunted down here by penal troops. Now veterans you won already. Conscripts being pinned down there. Conscripts up north. Heavy mortar continues to bombard away. Oh, it's actually taking quite a bit of damage now already. No choice of doctrine yet from Orville. Ooh, very close to actually wiping out his own troops there. Heavy mortar looks like he's actually rushing for the MG42. Might set off a satchel charge through the window. And also do some nice damage there to the Grenadiers. Penal troops definitely paying themselves off. There we go. Satchel charge through the window. Looks like, will Orvillethecat react fast enough? Barely. One man did go down. Heinz was trapped inside the ruins. Pack 40 up here in a nice covering position in case something goes awry. We are seeing a Tankovy battalion command going up. No taking up from Orvillethecat at the moment. Advancing swiftly. And setting up flare trip mines as well. Good job. I mean, we're clearly seeing here that Mdong clearly knows something about what he's doing, which is good, which is great. And also like the fact he actually uses penal battalion troops. So, I mean, clearly we're dealing with a bit more of an avant-garde player.
Yes. You need fire support?
But a bit of quiet for the moment. Guards, infantry, conscripts taking up the centre, more conscripts arriving. Also note here, he's actually using conscripts to merge with his Guards infantry squad. I mean, he loses a bit of durability since they do have little less armour. But overall, I suppose, I mean, if he finds it worth it, then it works out. And of course, they'll still have the weapons on it, and I suppose that's what's important for him, doing the damage. And of course, as soon as he hits some veterans, they'll become a bit more durable anyways.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Certainly a bit interesting. And there we go, Spearhead Doctrine has been chosen for Orville. And there we go, Granatenwerferwagen out.
New unit has arrived. Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And engagement up here, Grenadiers versus Conscripts and Guards. Troops. Conscript up from the flank. Assault going in here, MD42 setting up to flank. Nice idea there. Nice little spread out assault. Well done there by Orville. Although at the same time they get caught, and there we go. We do see the Guards taking up position inside the church. Light machine guns firing out there. And there we go. Veterans you want for the Guards infantry, also veterans you want for the Panzer Grenadiers outside. Nearby heavy mortar firing support. Looks like the Guards infantry realise it's time to get out of there. More getting mortared, getting shot at by the MG42, which could, by the way, also been opening up with armor piercing rounds, which actually do some nasty damage to the troops inside the building. Mortars being exposed. Half scout can nearby. Who might actually get Panzerfausted finally. And there we go. Veterans won the process. Looks like it will go down. Overdriving it. Desperately trying to get out of there. Nice job there. I mean, it's a bit of a desperate maneuver. But I mean, ultimately, I suppose it could have been worth it. But in this case, though, it didn't quite pay off. Penal troops here getting harassed by some pioneers. Things are falling a bit back here for Mdong. Although we do now see his chance here for getting back into the fight. A T-34 has arrived. He could also do with some first aid upgrades there. Medic bug is actually up at the base of Orvillethecat. Also looks like Orville lost a squad of Panzer Grenadiere. Oh, satchel charge. I think he tried to do it on the pioneers, but instead he ended up blowing up his own men. That's usually a bit of a big no-no in demolitions. At least from what I know. I mean, if any demolition experts are there to sort of naysay me on that matter, feel free to do so and explain why it's a good idea to blow yourself up.
It is ours. Enemy is taking our
But
territory.
T-34 rolling ahead, going to break up into the flank. He's not going to move into the more urban areas where there's more likely to be someone hiding with a Panzerfaust. Instead, he heads out into the open grounds where there's less cover for the infantry. So nice tank country here, and Mdong actually taking advantage of it. So already here we're also getting the indicator that Mdong might actually be an alright tankist. Or at least one could hope so. And there we go. Oh, we actually, in this case, actually reinforced it a bit.
HQ has been upgraded.
Might be he's actually waiting to merge some conscripts with this platoon squad. I mean, with that one, it actually doesn't matter if you actually merge or not. But I suppose in this case, he actually reinforces. I mean, again, there's always something to save in these cases. Ultimate question is, do you actually want to save that manpower or what? So that's, of course, always a consideration. Sometimes it can actually pay off quite nicely, since, of course, you will actually be saving out a bit in the longer run. Point there being secured. Orville fighting, but again, Orville's actually having a trouble actually holding this wide front. He's lacking infantry, although we've seen a fuel cache here. So perhaps push towards something else. Taking up has been done, but again, things are a bit stretched out here. MG42 being pushed away. Mines going down there. Flare trip mines. More of these things for Mdong. Another T-34 arriving. It looks like he fully reinforced his penal trooper squad. Interesting move. I would have thought he'd try and merge it this time around, but apparently not. Counter-attack from Orville on the way. T-34's rolling in. Also counter-attack going in from Mdong. So counter-attack versus counter-attack. And there we go, point secured.
How can we help?
Mortar carrier waiting for orders.
And there you go, guards rifle squad being engaged up here. Grenades being awfully close. They could get hit by a nice grenade there if they're not too careful. And again, pulling back here for a nice rifle grenade in return. Looks like Mdong, though, spots it. Only loses bodies in the engagement. Conscripts moving up there. And there you go, MD42 grenades being exchanged. And T-34 rolling out for the motherland. Definitely some nice aggressive play. And note how Mdong, you know, pushes at every inch of the map. He's not just engaging Orvillethecat in one spot. He's trying to string out Orvillethecat over as far as territory as possible, and then hitting through the tanks, for example. And that's definitely one really good use of the tanks, because it also makes them much harder to stop and always ensures that in essence that one will break through and be able to do some serious harm. In this case, though, he didn't quite get the most out of them, but still there's the potential for it. And he actually preserved his tanks. So there's that as well. And already, I mean, he's gotten 8 kills on this T-34. Also noting a Panzerkampfwagen here is on the way for Orville. T-34's pulling back. Conscripts in a bit of an exposed position. There we go, forced back. Point down south, could be secured. Flamethrowers equipped here for the penal troops. And heavy mortar in a nice central position, able to cover a large chunk of the map. Although a bit undefended, he might consider some more mine. Oh, veterans one. Panzer grenades took a bit of a beating there. And troops hanging about.
What do you need? Granatwerfer ready.
Granatwerfer. There you go, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. And pencil-mounted machine gun. T-34 catching infantry out in the open. I mean, generally, when fighting tanks with infantry, you don't want them out in the open like this. This is a very risky position for Orville's catch infantry. He needs it into heavy cover. Otherwise, there's a high likelihood that the T-34 will be able to do some serious damage. In this case, though, they got a bit bloody lucky. But I mean, this could easily have gone very wrong. So there's something to keep in mind. Panzer IV spawning up, then pushing in the centre. Flare mine going off, actually revealing to Mdong what's going on, what's advancing. And there we go, he actually managed to pull back the heavy mortar just in time, although he did lose several of the members. So, interesting move. It might have been something else that went off there. I'm not entirely sure, actually. Troops here being finally forced back, getting caught between several units. And there we go, fuel cache of Orvillethecat spotted by the penal troops. They could wipe it out. Likely will with their flamethrower. Mines being laid down here by Orville. In fact, we're seeing mines going off left and right, and we're seeing actually mines going off from both sides. Great stuff. Great stuff indeed, and I like the fact that Orville actually tries to lay down some mines. And there we go, fuel cache about to go down. Nice harassment going on there. Back to Mdong, but I mean Mdong so far really having a nice hold of the map. And again, no, I mean it's really a nice enveloping he's got going on here, really widening the front and actually forcing Mr. Orville to actually have to defend a really large part of the map. In fact, right now this is very vulnerable. For example, a quick rushing over some tanks could, cause some disruption for Orville. Because there's something. Because I mean, I'm not saying he's do a full base assault, but a quick raid might produce some interesting results. Orville fighting to sort of gain things back. Panzer IV moving up against Conscripts. Conscripts need to get out of there. Oh dear, he might lose the squad. He might lose the squad. And he did. First infantry squad lost there for Mdong. A bit of a shame. Penal troops here getting engaged and forced to retreat. And 3 T-34s with a 4th on the way for Mdong. Really, getting ready for that one hell of an armoured punch. We're all seeing mortar vehicle ready. So there's a high likelihood of really being able to do some serious damage if he plans this correctly.
Squad replenished.
Definitely something nasty in the works. And there we go. Advancing his T-34s. And the KB-1, which by the way will be in the counter-attack doctrine, essentially also had the same gun as the T-34s. That's actually something to keep in mind. It will pretty much perform the same. The advantage of the KB-1 will be, it will actually in fact otherwise be a heavy tank that is very hard to take out for a considerably cheaper price than most other heavy tanks. In fact, it will only be slightly more expensive than a Panzer IV. And would in fact in theory win a slug-out fight with the Panzer IV, I believe. Of course, if the Panzer IV began flanking, things might slightly change. But there we go. Also, Sturmgeschütz rolling in from the 5th Panzer Division. Constant pushing, constant aggression. Although we do see Orville now pushing back here on the flank. Smaller forces being dispatched. Although we might see a counterattack from Mdong to deal with this kind of harassment. It's a really nice flow of the battle. Lots of back and forth action. And there we go, 1 T-34 moving in to hit from the flank. MG-42 set to cover it all, getting blasted away right there. At the same time, note, we have this larger force. In fact, it might be that Mdong is actually using this T-34 as a decoy, drawing in the tanks and then setting up for a large flank assault from the west. In which case, I mean, that's actually pretty devious. And there we go, we actually see the Panzer IV buttoned up. And there we go, the T-34's rolling in. This might in fact have been a trap. It might have been a trap. We do see a pack moving in, but that's from another angle. T-34 leading here from the charge. That's a bit foolhardy from the centre, but there we go. Also, marked vehicle up on the Panzer IV. Well done, in fact. There we go, Panzer IV down pretty quickly. Oh, we do see Panzer fast up. We see the pack moving in. There's no follow infantry. Oh dear, get the conscripts in, get the penal troopers in, get everything in. Guards infantry there, they need to get away. T-34's down, but Stuk might go down. I think Mdong here might have gotten a bit too occupied with the tanks and forgot about the infantry. Have been able to, get those things at the same time. This could have been an even bigger victory, but still, he managed to knock out a Panzer IV, a Stuk, kill a bunch of infantry, and even take away one of the packs. And if he actually recruits it, that's going to be really great. But really, one hell of engagement here. And again, had he slightly coordinated better with the infantry, I think it would have been even better. I mean, he might even be able to get this mortar half-track. Sadly, though, he doesn't quite succeed. And there we go, the Veteran G2 for the penal troops. Getting mortared, getting hit by their own mortar. T-34 moving up, going to deal with the infantry. Mortar getting hit with the incendiary rounds. Another T-34 on the way. Looks like he really loves those T-34s. And there we go, Veterans 1 for 1, T-34. Also, I do believe it's time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is, it's a bit, unclear now, but sort of 50-50 split on the map. There's been some really brutal engagements right here in the centre. Lots of armour just went up in flames. Pack cleared out. lots of infantry losses as well. So rather brutal overall. It could easily go either way. And of course, I mean, I think right now what Dong might actually benefit from is actually less of just rushing out T-34s. I think he should actually try and save up for the T-34 85s. If he can get those out, he can actually have a really nice advantage. They'll be tougher and do more damage than the T-34s. Also, of course, have higher penetration and thus be more suited for any sort of further armoured threats. I mean, we are seeing Spearhead Doctrine up from Orville, and that could mean a Tiger, and certainly T-35s would be better. I think you should also consider perhaps, something to work a bit here with the marked vehicle, ammunition is cash, and I really, get more out of a marked vehicle. I think you can do that. He's definitely going to stand a better chance, and some mines around here. Steal the pack, and also see if he can't steal an MG42 from them. If he can do that, I think he's largely set. For Orville, I mean, Orville needs to actually begin, pushing together. He needs to sort of secure a more stable point of operations. Currently, it's very much, Orville makes some gains, but then quickly gets pushed off. He needs, to really seriously hold it. Otherwise, he's going to lose this fight at this rate of losses. In particular, since he just lost all of his armor, and his opponent has 3 T-34s in about, and he's not even got a pack at the moment. He's going to have to try and get that one back. And again, if Mdong can deny that, I mean, it's going to be really, really difficult, because then he's going to have the Panzer gunners, and if they get hit by enough T-34s, I mean, they're going to go squish. So there's very much all of these things to keep in mind. Orville might want to consider mining some of the vital junctures. I mean, that would definitely help. Otherwise, trying to get that heavy mortar might also prove quite beneficial. I mean, there might always be another opportunity, but those are sort of the ones I think would work out the best for either side. So let's see how this goes out. Let's see who actually wins this. But definitely so far been an interesting fight. Some really good actions, really good usage of abilities.
For the good of the Soviet Union. Targets!
Guard squadron, new units have arrived.
MD4G getting spotted by... Oh, the conscripts get stopped in time.
Marking and targeting of vehicles is now available.
Heavy mortar setting up.
You need something.
Another T-34. The T-34, by the way, being an incredibly cramped experience. Not really fun to think that. I mean, the T-34 wasn't exactly designed with crew comforts in mind. In fact, quite the opposite. It also rather meant that Soviet tank drivers actually had to be rather small, which, considering the state of Soviet nutrition and nourishment by that time, really wasn't that difficult.
Guards! Stand your ground!
Oh, building collapsed with the MD-42 inside. A shame. And also knowing how Orville's actually mined this area with S-mines. Good job, Orville. Deneen and Cutson. Anyways, veterans do for the heavy mortar. MD-40 here, veterans do as well. His only chance, if he actually wants to stay, his actual incendiary rounds. Looks like he's going to pull back, which is not a bad idea. T-34 quickly following up. Again, there's still the pack. Heavy mortar firing nearby. Another pack ready. Panzer is moving up. Grenadiers moving up. Counterattack going in for Orville. MD-42 taking losses to that other T-34. Chance of a nice push up here in the north as well. And those two T-34s was to move up here. I think they could do it. But there we go. The infantry assault has failed from Mdong. Caught on the MD-42. Wasn't fast enough. And there we go. Another push from T-34. I mean, really aggressive play here from Mdong. Mortar rounds going in. Panzer is getting spotted here. And there we go. Oh, veterancy free. Veterancy free. T-34 needs to get out of there. Pack moving up to try and deal with this. At the same time, though, leaving the rear exposed. This could be an opening here for the T-34. Oh, the T-34 went down. I mean, this is really some tense fighting going on. These could easily swing in either's favour. Only takes one thing here and there, and the other one could win. I would say not to be surprised to find out either of them is a bit stressed out. MD-42 moving up, finding a bit of a surprise than the T-34. Bit of, I think, of too bold there move from Orville. Might have been a misclick. There we go. MD crew lost. But pushing on here with the Panzer Grenadiers. Straight into another T-34. Orville is certainly going full in.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Troops reinforcing. Panzer is in trouble. And certainly a fuel cache might also be another way to sort of work his way towards that T-3045, probably the more stable one. I also think he should try and get back this fuel point. Same would also help denying fuel to his opponent, Orvillethecat. Though, of course, for Orville, the same applies to try and getting back that fuel point away from his enemy. T-34 rolling up the centre. Oh, pack might go down. Another pack lost here for Orville. Looks like he might have tried to mine but get a sick spot by the T-34. Oh, don't pack in front of the pack. Don't pack in front of the pack. Don't pack in front of the pack. But looks like he actually managed it. That was bleeding well close. And the heavy mortar finally went down to an incendiary around here. Other pack has been recruited. T-34 in trouble. Can the conscripts get it out? And there we go. Molotov quickly going in. And that's going to be at least one T-34 down. And there we go. Panzer Grenadiers has avenged their fallen brethren. Conscript squad needs to get out of there. Guards infantry moving in here versus the Panzer Grenadiers. They might have a chance. In particular, they can get off a good grenade here on the Panzer Grenadier. In response, couldn't get off one on the Guards infantry. Grenadiers forced away from the centre. Conscripts and Peanuts was doing the job. And oh, nice grenade there, almost wiping out the veterans of 3 Panzer Grenadier. MD42. Oh, a bit too clumped up there, a bit too clumped up. Oh, but still the MD42 can't see her yet. Another Guards infantry squad. Looks like he wants to get some more infantry out in the field. And I feel he should go for this, or at least try for it. Just my humble opinion. And there we go. He was a bit too clumped up there. Hadn't expected Orvillethecat to have an MD42 there. Mortar effect looks like he will make another miraculous escape from the Guards infantry. Looks like a mine went off somewhere. T-34 receiving repairs.
Okay, that's the last one.
And time to put back to Orville, who looks like he's setting himself up for a Tiger tank. Just needs the manpower now. Doesn't seem very likely since he's not even reinforcing his veteran T3 Panzer Grenadier, which otherwise, would have benefited from being reinforced. But of course, at the same time, they're quite expensive to do so. In fact, this would cost about 135 manpower, which definitely set him back by half a minute towards the Tiger. And I imagine what Orwell wants is the Tiger as soon as possible. Quick grenade here. Doesn't quite do. Oh! Return button grenade, really. Oh no! The Panzer Grenadiers were not wiped out by the Guards infantry, but instead they were killed by their own mortar, allowing the Guards infantry to escape. Oh no! Oh no! A terrible case of friendly fire. Only being friendly towards the enemy. And there we go. Nearby schwerer Panzerabteilung provides the Tiger tank. The Tiger. Rolling ahead. And using his T-34 to clear out the mines. In fact, there were T-34s with mine rollers specifically for that job. I suppose anti-personnel mines aren't really a threat to tanks. Mine engagement up here, Grenadiers with anti-tank rifle engaged by combination of T-34. Getting for the pack here, but Tiger tank is advancing. Oh, pack cleared out. They could try and against the Tiger tank, although that's going to be a bit of a dangerous thing here. T-34 and Communists going in against the other pack in the north. Mdong might want to get the movement. There we go, going for it, but also getting mortared. There we go, but a bit too late. And there we go, already cleared out. A bit unfortunate, full retreat there. Now there's definitely a bit of a larger threat out here for Mdong to handle. Orville's gone all in. The ace up his sleeve, if you will. In this case, a Tiger ace. Oh yeah, no, that was terrible. Still, that is a Tiger. Quickly reinforcing up with infantry, keeping it supported. Good job there, Orville. Of course, he's going to have a lot of ground to take back, and it certainly is helped a bit by the fact that Mdong hasn't mined so much as he could. I mean, he's laid out a few trip mines, but not some actual mines. And again, the munitions cache might have helped down a bit in the longer run. So there is that, which is a definite shame right here from Mdong. Oh, Guards infantry are taking absolute punishment. They are veterans free now, but that doesn't help much against the Tiger's high explosive 88mm rounds. Then it is here finding Tiger just blasting away another thunderous round. Pierces the very air itself. Guards infantry now getting caught out here between MGs, Tigers, and other nasty things, and we see a full retreat here for the Guards infantry, failing in their duty to fight for the motherland, at least for the time being. More T-34s arriving. He's going to need a lot of T-34s to have any chance against the Tiger, and he's going to need marked target. So things are definitely going to get very interesting now for Mdong. Very interesting. But we do see that Mdong continues with the harassment, continues pushing, continues applying pressure. And that is a good job, well done there at the very least. And Orvillethecat basically rushing around with his Tiger, constantly trying to get an idea what's going on. Perhaps hearing the sound of all the T-34s going up here. I mean, you can hear enemy tanks in the fog of war. A little trick for some of the more veteran players, in fact. I mean, if you hear tanks moving about while you don't have any tanks yourself, you know, it might be an idea to go, maybe my opponent is moving tanks there. But looks like he feels like they're around, and instead pulls back. And now we do see the T-34 also, and we also see this one is actually close to veterans too, so that's definitely good news there from Mdong. And the 10th Guards Tank Corps. Another building collapses. The church, though, is surprisingly enough still standing. Oh, Panzer Gunner is caught here by the veteran 2 conscripts. And thus a quick retreat is initiated. Looks like Orville is getting a bit aggressive now, a bit more bold, going for the cut-off point off Mdong finally. Encountering all the Guards infantry there is, and the Tiger, first shot misses, instead blows up some water. There we go, better hit from the Tiger tank. Troops advancing from the north. Penal troops moving in here, overwhelming the pack pretty quickly, opening up for the T-34 assault. Well done, well done. Panzer IV though has arrived. The Panzerkampfwagen is out there for Orville. And there we go, penal troops immediately coming under fire. T-34 advancing. Need to be careful there around the Tiger tank. Oh, rear exposed, rear exposed. Not good. And there we go, the penal troops realise it's time to get out there. There we go, veterans 2 for the T-34. But ultimately they are going to need to get out of there, away from the Tiger tank. In the current situation, they're not really going to have a good chance of stopping it, since they can't really get behind it at the moment. But there we go, small engagement. Tiger pulls back in the face of this resistance. Fourth T-34 actually out. So many T-34s. Good job there from Mdong though in keeping them flowing. But again, a part of me feels he might benefit if he actually had tried to save up for some T-34 85s. Since they would have been a bit tough and overall been able to do more damage. So, but of course that is just my opinion. But now he does have actually 2 T-34, so chances of victory certainly have grown a bit. Telemine there on the road. Nicely done there by Orville. Anti-tank grenade actually managed to disable the engine of the Tiger tank, or at least damage it. And they're actually making a push down south. I wonder what would have happened if he actually pushed in with all his 4 T-34s, cleared out the bunkers, then rushed in with infantry. He might actually have a small chance of wiping out this base. In particular, now that the Tiger has a damaged engine, he would not be able to actually get it back in time. There we go, rushing in towards the base. Looks like he might be trying to stress Orville out by pushing into his base. Certainly a bold move. Needs to be careful that his T-34 doesn't get a damaged engine right there in the base. Mdong playing a bit of a dangerous game here with Orville.
Half-track ready. Half-track ready.
And once more the Guardian finds us caught in front of an MD-42. Though we do see a quick grenade here.
Receiving fire.
And looks like Mdong pulls back without having done an awful lot, but we do see the responses in from over the T-34 Tiger tank still getting repaired.
Standing by.
Penal troops leading the way here. T-34's doing very little.
It's done. Bereit.
And there we go, Tiger tank is repaired.
Our territory.
Sounds like a mine went off. Getting very quiet. Awfully quiet, in fact.
Our territory.
And we can see that Mdong is getting a bit, nervous, a bit unsure how to deal with this Tiger. Does he want to rush in with 3 T-34s and some marked target, if he does actually have it available right now? I mean, at this stage, that probably would be the best choice. We can catch it out here where there's currently no support nearby, no Panzerschrecks, no Panzerfaust, no anti-tank guns, no nothing.
Look out, grenade.
Mine engagement up here, T-34 quickly rolling in. Looks like he might be trying to draw the Tiger tank into the village. Might try and make another trapping move, bringing in the tanks from the north. Now we're seeing 5 T-34s out for Mdong. 5 T-34s. I mean, if you can catch that Tiger isolated, that's going to be it. On the other hand, if Orvillethecat can keep it supported by infantry and the Panzer IV, he might be able to pull it off against this storm of tanks. Or this storm of steel. This is definitely getting rather interesting. What shall happen? Where shall the blow come from? It looks like we're seeing him push in there. Catching the infantry out. And oh, T-34 got caught in the telemine. That's why he moved it out the armour. Grenadiers got wiped out. Another brutal loss there. T-34 down. T-34's fighting up north against Panzer Grenadiers. Grenadiers getting hit by their own mortar again. Come on, Reinhard. Where did you learn to fire your mortar? Baden. Anyways, T-34 running into a bit of problems. And now there's a slight problem here with Mdong's plan. He isolated the tanks, but problem was he wasn't able to pull it off. Probably now we're seeing marked target. He went in on the Panzer IV instead of the Tiger tank. Looks like everything's going wrong right here. He made one tragic mistake. One misstep. And now looks like it's going to apart. He pretty much set it up so the Tiger and the Panzer IV had the best chance of knocking out his T-34s. Rather tragic. He was this close. Mortar half-track finally went down. Pack missed. T-34s rolling in. Fragmentation bombing run going in. Right here on the advancing infantry. Oh, this is just insane. Guards moving up. We're seeing the Tiger getting buttoned. He needs to get off anti-tank grenades. I mean, even this stage, I think he would actually might even bother with using this heavily damaged T-34 to ram it from the rear to have the best chance of actually knocking out the main gun. Panzer IV, those advancing Panzer Grenadiers. Pack 40. Firing into there, the Tiger down to half health, but again he didn't get marked vehicle up on it. Instead he wasted it on the Panzer IV, and again that might have been it. And there we go, T-34 down, veterans 1 for the Tiger. This is not looking good, T-34 closer, going down, main gun destroyed, T-34 blown up, kaput. Second T-34 kaput. Just a huge graveyard of T-34s right here, a brutal armoured melee. And it could have gone in the favour of Mdong. Instead, Orvillethecat seized chance and did it. And that was probably because all of a sudden he decided to push his T-34 instead of trying to push them all together versus the Tiger tank. Use marked vehicle on it and then knock it out. Instead, he split it out, and that allowed Orvillethecat to basically deal with the ones over here, and then afterwards with the remaining force. And already there, one had been hit by the telemine and thus were already disabled. So rather there, it hit a snag. And that's rather where Mdong lost the fight. I mean, it was pretty close, and again, that Mark the Eagle being thrown the wrong tank probably cost him the fight. So there you go. But really, close fight. And I think if Mdong had, had a munitions cannon up, and if he'd also done a bit more of it of mining the village, I think he also could have won that way. But ultimately, just not quite enough. And Orville, though, being a rather resilient fighter himself, was able to last out, pool all his resources towards the tiger, and that clearly saw him through because it really forced Mdong all of a sudden, away from his aggressive tactics because he knew there was a tiger on the prowl. And that, fear factor was something Orville took advantage of and ultimately secured him victory. So there you go. Again, pretty close fight, pretty exciting. I mean, we saw some really great aggressive tactics, attacking from some angles, pushing up, overextending, in fact, Orvillethecat's front lines. And some good usage of abilities, flare trip mines, but again, I would also like to see some regular mines. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hopefully, a thing or two from it. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. Get me more subscribers, my minions. Stuff like that. Otherwise, feel free to send a replay, in particular tomorrow after the patch is out. Get a few matches there in with a new patch, perhaps with some new commanders, even perhaps some new units, although again, that's not going to be a requirement. The requirement, of course, is it's got to be a damn good game. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned a thing or two or three from it. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends. And oh yeah, I said that already. My pardons. I've got a bit of a cold. My short attention span is slightly off. But cheers.